News 25 is brought to you by Golden Casino Group, where you'll always find great fun, good food, and fantastic entertainment, all at Gold Town, Lakeside, and the Pahrump Nugget. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight, one person is transported from an early morning collision, and a senior citizen's stolen vehicle is returned. News 25 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
An SUV veers off the roadway and crashes behind Walgreens. It's Friday, April 5th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. A driver was transported from an accident with minor injuries this morning following a single vehicle accident. Deputies from the Nye County Sheriff's Office and Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue medics responded to the backfield behind Walgreens off of Highway 372 for a single vehicle accident. A little after 6:15 this morning, the white SUV appears to have went off the roadway, traveling through a fence and a field and subsequently striking an embankment. The male driver and only occupant refused to initially cooperate with first responders, who said that he still had his foot on the gas pedal upon arrival. Police said that the individual refused to roll down his window, and the tires were still spinning and the car was smoking. Deputies were eventually able to get the driver out of the vehicle. He was transported to Desert View Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The vehicle sustained moderate damage. And News 25 spoke to Scott Lewis about the heavy equipment fire that occurred on the south side of Pahrump.
Dispatched late afternoon yesterday for a report of a construction vehicle, that being a backhoe, that was well involved in fire. As we arrived on location, we found the backhoe at the rear of the property. It was well involved. It had extended to several nearby debris piles that were accumulated from the construction work on the property. There was no immediate injuries, anything along those lines. All occupants were accounted for. We commenced a suppression attack, quickly extinguished the fire, and also extinguished the nearby debris piles. The investigation revealed that it was most likely mechanical failure of the equipment in the area of the hydraulic reservoir, which is the storage tank for the hydraulic fluid that operates the different components of the vehicle. It is mostly metal. However, the hydraulic fluid has the hydraulic lines that run through various areas of the vehicle, as well as the large rubber tires in the back were well involved. And it was a vacant structure to begin with. It appeared to be a series of either single and double wides that were attached together. Very poor condition. It looks like they were in the process of trying to rehabilitate the property, so multiple debris piles are located throughout. A lot of challenges as far as the fuel load. The crews did just a great job, though. They were able to keep the apparatus on the street, not bring it onto the property, and stretch their lines down a long driveway and extinguish it without it going any further. There were some concerns because with some breezes and some light winds that could obviously have taken it to those other materials, including the structures. We were inundated in the afternoon hours with different vehicle accidents located throughout the valley. None were serious, fortunately. I believe maybe one or two people were transported, but in general terms, they were relatively minor in nature.
And a local man is arrested for what appears to be a drug-fueled rampage.
Patrol members be advised.
David Nichols has been arrested by the Nye County Sheriff's Office for possession of a stolen vehicle, under the influence of a controlled substance, robbery, kidnapping, possession of drug paraphernalia, and a felony warrant. According to the declaration of arrest, deputies were dispatched to locate a stolen vehicle on the south side of Pahrump. The car was identified as a blue 2004 Jeep Liberty. On April 3rd, they located the vehicle in the intersection of Ravine and Falcon Streets. That's where officers conducted a felony traffic stop. They made contact with the driver, identified as David Nichols, who was the only occupant of the vehicle. During a search of his person, police say that they located a glass pipe containing suspected methamphetamine, tinfoil that had burn marks on it, and a plastic pipe with burn marks. The report says that Nichols admitted to using methamphetamine and heroin earlier in the day. He also allegedly said that he did not steal the vehicle, but had permission to drive it. A female who was allegedly in a dating relationship with Nichols called police to report that she had been beaten. Officers said that she had 2 black eyes and bruising on her nose. She reports that Nichols had struck her several times and she was trying to get away from him. In fact, the report says that he grabbed her by the hair, threw her out of the house, threw her inside a bathtub where she hit her head, punched her in the face several times, and also allegedly ripped a chrome metal towel rod off the wall in a bathroom of a residence and struck her with it several times. The female was transported to Desert View Hospital for medical treatment. The report says that Nichols got a hold of the vehicle when she called her friend for help. The suspect allegedly jumped into the back of the car when he stopped and would not get out. The male driver attempted to call police, and Nichols allegedly attempted to prevent him by taking his cell phone. That's when the driver jumped out of the car and Nichols got into the driver's seat and took off, according to police. At the detention center, urine samples were taken from David Nichols, which tested presumptive positive for methamphetamine, opiates, THC, and benzos. Nichols denies all these allegations and says that he believes people were following him and stated that he forgets what he does sometimes.
After this break, we'll have an update on Valley Electric and the group that's attempting to have the co-op's board recalled.
You're watching KPVM News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back. Well, the interim CEO of Valley Electric talks about the bylaws involved in recalling the current Valley Electric Association board members. The VEA Members for Change group has a petition circulating to recall the board following several rate increases and a criminal investigation.
The VEA Members for Change have a different interpretation of our bylaws at Valley Electric. And I'd like to talk about that just briefly and everything. Again, it's very frustrating. They say they have 1,100 signatures. They say they have a petition, but they won't present that to us. Now, in our bylaws, there's two different sections. If you want a meeting, that's one section. If you want to recall the board of directors, that's a separate section. The one section for a meeting only requires 5% of the membership. If you want to recall the board, it requires 10% of the membership to sign the signatures. So we really don't know at this time what they have, because again, the only thing they have presented to me is a blank petition that clearly defines they want to recall the members. So they themselves won't give us the petition, won't give us the signatures. They say that they're worried about retaliation, which is just wrong. Absolutely. What would we do if it is all about the recall? We would probably have to turn around and say, no, you don't have enough, because it requires 10% or about 1,800 signatures. So we're looking forward to what they're up to. I understand that they're looking at a news conference themselves. But again, until we receive the petition and we receive the signatures, our hands are, we can't do anything.
So they said they tried to drop it off on Monday, and the contention is that you would like to have a copy of it, and they would like to not expose the member signatures, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't quite understand their position. They're entitled to their views, but the bylaws very clearly say that, you know, you need to give the petition with the signatures to the agent, in this case myself, and I would present it to Dave Hall.
Are you open for a meeting with them?
Yeah, by the way, yes, I am. And I opened yesterday or on Tuesday at 1:30. They came on in. It was yesterday, and today's Wednesday. And they then made another statement and comment that our attorney is not necessarily abiding by the rules and regulations, and that's an issue they brought up yesterday. And anybody any time that wants to meet with me, I don't have a problem at all. But since they classified it as a recall, but again, until we get the petition, have the attorneys review it and the board review it, I don't know what's going on out there. It's just crazy.
And News 25 has learned that the ambassador program that Valley Electric Association had on board has been canceled. We'll find out more about that with our update with Valley Electric Association next Wednesday. The VEA Members for Change group says that they've reached their goal in the petition drive. As of yesterday, they received the 10% threshold of members' signatures required to recall the VEA board members. They will continue collecting signatures for the drive and present them to interim CEO Richard Peck on Monday. The group had retained counsel and is asking for Valley Electric Association to reimburse them for those fees. The VEA annual meeting is on April 27th, beginning at 11 a.m. at Pahrump Valley High School on Calvada. Valley Electric has called a special meeting scheduled for 2 p.m. to inform the public more about what is required to recall the board. Well, if you're a math geek or a robotics nerd, tomorrow's your big day. We'll tell you all about that right after this break.
News 25 is brought to you by Bill and Robin Law, injury attorneys. Injured, need money? Get Bill and Robin, your local Pahrump injury attorneys.
Well, Ashley Hall invites everyone to come down to Nye Communities Coalition. They're on West Street beginning at 8 a.m. Saturday, that's tomorrow, to cheer on local youth during the 4-H Mathathon and Robotics Expo.
The Safe Elementary program decided at the beginning of the year that we were going to try to incorporate some competitive learning, and one of the things that we have been working with the kids on is a math competition. So they've been working all year studying and practicing, and they're going to have a mathathon where they compete for trophies for their school as well as individual medals for themselves. And this is our elementary kids, 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. Just as the Pahrump schools, the Pahrump elementary schools, the 4 of them. This is this Saturday, the 6th. The kids are going to start arriving at 8. We're going to start the welcome ceremonies at about 8:30. People can come and go because the kids will be brought to a separate room to take a math test. We are also incorporating our spring FLL Junior Robotics Expo during this event, so people can come and look and check it out. Our high schoolers have been invited to show the kids what it's going to be like in middle and high school, and the award ceremony is about 11:30, 11:45. That's when the kids will be presented with their awards. Every week they've been working on math problems. They've been working with math teachers, and some of our high school volunteers from the High School Key Club have been helping them as well. It's been a lot of work, and it's a very tough program. This is a national math program that we purchased, a curriculum, so it's not something that they're necessarily doing in class. It's really advanced stuff. This is at the Nye Communities Coalition, the community center that they have there. Right on Wilson, 1020 Wilson. It's completely free to the public, open, and definitely come and support the kids.
Well, let's join Maria Guerra with the latest in entertainment.
Lou Bryan, Keith Urban, Blake Shelton, and Old Dominion will perform at the Academy of Country Music Awards in Las Vegas on Sunday beginning at 8 p.m. on CBS. Performing is country stars Lady Antebellum, Hunter Hayes, Lauren Elena, Clint Black, Carly Pierce, Michael Ray, Cole Swindle, Midland, and many more. For more information, you can find them on the web. The Eagles will perform their 1976 Hotel California album in its entirety in concert for the first time. Live Nation says it will take place on September 27th and 28th at MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. Tickets go on sale April 12th. Ozzy Osbourne is once again postponing his Las Vegas concert, this time to summer next year. The Madman of Rock is recovering from an injury he sustained while dealing with pneumonia. Live Nation says the shows will be rescheduled beginning in February 2020. The Rolling Stones have postponed their upcoming North American tour. Frontman Mick Jagger is set to undergo heart surgery this week to replace a valve. The band was set to kick off their tour on April 20th in Miami Gardens, Florida. The 75-year-old apologized to fans on Twitter. Netflix subscribers are about to get a bigger monthly bill. The streaming service sent emails this week to U.S. subscribers about a price increase that starts in the next billing cycle. Netflix announced the price hikes in January and said the increased revenue will help the streaming service add more television shows and movies. Netflix's plans in the United States will increase between $1 and $2. The price of the basic plan will rise from $8 to $9. The standard plan that includes HD streaming on 2 devices will go from $11 to $13 per month, and the price of its premium plan will increase from $14 to $16. To celebrate his upcoming 500th performance at the Westgate, Barry Manilow is launching a nationwide search for one high school band to win $100,000 of musical instruments and uniforms in response to budget cuts in public schools. To date, the Manilow Music Project has donated upwards of $10 million in instruments and scholarships. Several factors will determine the winner, including online votes, community involvement, and the level of need, but Mr. Manilow will ultimately choose the winning school. Submissions are open immediately and will close May 2nd, with a winner chosen shortly thereafter. Schools can submit their videos to manilowmusicproject.org. Reporting for News 25, I'm Maria Guerra, and this is your Entertainment This Week.
News 46 Weather Cam is brought to you by Glenn Lerner Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Let's take a look outside on that Glenn Lerner weather cam. I heard that we're going to be expecting some winds. Got a lot of clouds in the sky. We're going to find out more for our weather forecast for this weekend right after this break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hello and welcome back to News 25. I'm Michael Donahue with today's temperatures. In Las Vegas, a high of 76, a low of 55. Death Valley at 83.60, 71.49 in Amargosa, Beatty in 67.44, Goldfield a high of 59, a low of 33, Tonopah 57.32, Carson City at 52.34, Fallon at 60.34, and Fernley at 58.34. Today in Pahrump, we had some partly cloudy skies with a high of 70 degrees. Winds coming out of the south at 10 miles per hour, humidity at 35%, and our sunrise at 6:24 a.m. For tonight, it's currently 68 degrees outside, still having those partly cloudy skies, 47 degrees for our low tonight, 6-mile-per-hour winds out of the south, humidity at 35%, and our sunset at 7:09 p.m. Looking ahead to our 7-day, still nothing but clouds for the foreseeable future. We are expecting a bit of a sunny break on Thursday. Temperature-wise, Saturday through Monday, our temperatures are kind of bouncing in and out of those 70s and 80s, just between those mid-70s to mid-80s. Then next Wednesday, we're going to drop down into about those high to low 60s on Wednesday and Thursday, high of 69, and then dropping down to 63 on Friday. Our overnights, Saturday and Sunday, our lows are going to be 51 and 57. Monday, we're going to climb up just a bit at 63, and then we're going to fall off the cliff on Tuesday and be down in about those high 40s, between 46 and 48 degrees. Now, if you can't make it home to catch the news live, make sure to check out our Facebook page. You can catch the news live there every night at 5 while you're traveling around town, and also get any other news and events and updates. So now back to the desk with Deanna.
Thanks so much, Michael. Well, strong winds look probable on Tuesday for Inyo and San Bernardino counties. The National Weather Service warns residents and drivers of loose or unsecured objects possibly blowing away or into travel lanes. And hazardous travel conditions are due to strong crosswinds, especially for high-profile vehicles in Lincoln, Nye, and Esmeralda counties. There's a warning of possible slick roads in predicted rain areas with west wind gusts of up to 40 to 50 miles per hour. And 0.10 to 0.25 inches of rain forecast in the higher terrain of north central Nye and northern Lincoln counties, less than 0.10 inch in the remainder of the southern Great Basin. Well, Denny's in Beatty celebrates their grand reopening this Saturday, April 6th. The public is invited to their Grand Slam celebration, featuring exclusive deals on classic menu favorites. The fun starts at 8 a.m. and lasts until 10 p.m. at their location, 900 Highway 95 North in Beatty. This Sunday, April 7th, from 3 to 6 p.m., the Moose Lodge, located at 1100 East 2nd Street, will be holding a donation dinner to benefit the Nye County Search and Rescue Squad. The dinner consists of spaghetti, salad, and garlic bread. The women of the Moose will also be hosting a bake sale to benefit Search and Rescue. And that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. We hope you have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Good night.